Okay, well, welcome. Today I'm going to teach you how to draw the basic proportions of a face. So I am grabbing my 2H pencil. It's one of the lightest, and I'm going to go pretty quickly in this. 2H is really light so that I'll be able to erase it and add darker layers on top. I'm going to go quickly, so you're probably going to need to pause after each step. So right now I'm using my entire arm to make a round oval shape, and then I'm dropping in an axis vertical and horizontal. Now those axes are exactly in the middle. I want to make sure that horizontal is right in the middle, and I'm going to tighten up my shape. I want to make sure it's a nice, smooth shape. Now, not to worry, the 2H pencil is so easy to erase that I can firm it up, clean it up. No fear, no stress. I just want a nice, good face shape to build off of. Okay, so I'm going to grab my next pencil, which is a 3B. It's a little bit darker, and so my hope is that you'll be able to see it a little bit better in the video. So I'm just going to go over those shapes. Like I said before, you're going to want to pause, probably now, and do this exact step. Get to this place, and then you'll be able to move forward. All right, I'm just going to double check that I have half and half, and that's my axis running down the middle of the face. That's going to help guide everything else. Okay, so an eye is 1/5 of the face. So I'm just going to estimate and sort of put little dots down for where I think an eye should go, and I'm just going to double check. I just kind of measure it by eyeball. Yeah, there's about 1/5, and so I'm going to make my marks. And something I like to do is with the eyes, I like to go ahead and make a round shape. It reminds me that an eyeball goes inside that skull. And I'm going to go ahead and do 5 of them because that makes sure that everything's the same size. And so now would be a good time for you to pause and make sure that you have 5 eye widths. Okay, the next thing I'm doing, I'm just sketching in eyes really quickly. We're going to spend a whole lesson on how to draw eyes and all the other features, but I'm just going to sort of mark it in just so I remember where they go. And the only main thing to remember here is that the pupil and the iris are perfectly round, even though you don't see the top of the iris. But then I'm going to drop a line straight down from the tear ducts, and that is going to give me the measure of the nose. The nose is the same width of an eye. And so if I remember the top of the head to the chin, halfway is the eye line. Between the eye and the chin, halfway is the nose line. So I'm going to mark that, but it's actually just probably a hair above that. Not many people have it quite that long. So I like to just use these little parentheses on either side, and then I just sketch in a sort of nose-like shape, and that'll help remind me where that goes. So a nose is as wide as an eye. Okay. The next thing is from the nose down to the chin, halfway there, I'm going to mark that. That's going to help us find where the mouth is. That's not the mouth. That's the bottom lip. So I'm going to mark above that where the mouth goes and then the upper lip. So let's make that a little bit darker. Before I draw the mouth, I have to see how wide is the mouth. So I'm dropping lines down from the inside of the eyes. That's a good general guideline. That's about as wide as a mouth is. Most people are maybe a little bit less than that, but that'll help us see about how wide they are. This is sort of a generic face with the basic human proportions. Remember, everybody's different. There's little millimeters changes, and that's what makes everyone look unique. Okay, so now that I have the mouth in, I'm going to extend the line straight out. That's going to help me with the neck. Now, of course, the neck really depends on, how much weight people are carrying, how much muscle their neck has. But I'm going to just go straight out from the mouth, a little bit in, and then drop it down, curving. And then it is not a 90-degree angle from the neck to the shoulders. Remember to give you some muscle kind of diagonally. Okay, so now I'm measuring straight out from the nose, make a mark, straight out from the top of the eyeball, make a mark. That's going to help us find the ears. Ears are deceptively long. They go from the eyebrow to the nose. And I just want to keep them nice and thin. Some people's ears do stick out a little bit, but just the general shape is what I'm after. Just getting where they go about. So I'm going to go ahead and make them somewhat thin and make sure they attach at the bottom. Okay, we're almost done. So from here, I want to just look at these eyes, and we want to put in eyebrows. Eyebrows are so unique to every person, but generally speaking, they start about even from where the tear ducts are. So if I go straight up from the tear duct, and then I want to leave enough space for the eye and the eyelid, so I'm going above the shape of the round circle for the eye, because eyebrows fall along the brow bone, so you need room for that bone to be underneath that skin there. So it's got to be above the eye enough. The common mistake is for them to be too low. Now what I'm doing here, I'm finding out how far to go. The ideal eyebrow goes from the nose to the eye, and you connect that line and you'll get an angle, and that's where the eyebrow should end. So that's ideally. Okay, I'm just going to darken it up a little bit so you can kind of see it a little bit better. And I see those eyebrows don't really match, but that's okay. I want to get the basic sizes clear. That's what I want you to take away from this video. Do you understand the proportions? And then we will talk about how to make it unique per person. Now, everyone always asks, well, where does the hair go? Well, that depends. I'm going to go ahead and make a mark halfway between the eyes and the top of the skull. And I'm going to just bring it down to the sides. Just remember, everyone has sideburns. Everybody. You're going to have some hair in front of the ear, but I just want to mark it.